Okay everyone, it's time to actually do a lesson using Visual Studio. I want you to watch the video that I'm creating, but I also want you to bring up your Visual Studio and see if you can follow along with me. Hopefully your screen's large enough that you can do that. You can make my video real small and then bring up Visual Studio and try to follow along. I think it's real helpful if you type what I type. It'll help you remember. So let's get started. All right, so you can't see the bottom of my screen, but I'm going to click on the icon for Visual Studio that I pinned to my taskbar. And you need to go to wherever your Visual Studio icon is so you can open up Visual Studio. So let's do that now. Now that we've got our landing page here, we are creating a new project. So I'm going to click on Create a New Project. Now, like I told you in a previous video, you can use an empty project or the console app. I'm going to use empty project because I want you to get used to seeing how to start an empty project. If you want to use console app, it brings up the Hello World program by default, and so you have to delete those items that are there before you can start. This one you have to actually create your text editor page in the software. In other words, it's not open. You have to open up your text editor. But we're going to start with that one today. All right, so I need to name this project, and I want to name it Lesson 1. You probably should name it the same thing as well. Notice I have a check mark here. Place the solution and the project in the same directory because I like them all together. Okay. If you're saving to a thumb drive or some other location, that's not your machine that you're working on, like it's a web app or whatever, you need to watch this location because you'll need to be able to get your program from wherever you stored it. I'm leaving mine where it is because this is my machine. I'm going to click Create. And now we have our blank screen and we need to open up the text editor. So to be able to do that, I go to Source Files. I right click, not left click, right click, click Add, New Item. This is a C++ file. We're not creating a header file. We're not creating a class. We're creating a C++ file. And down here, I'm going to name my source C++ file Lesson 1. Because if you never rename this, all of them will say source. Okay? So just so you know, okay? All right, so now I'm going to add. And this will give me my text editor where I can start typing my program. The first thing I want you to learn about programming with C++ is how to write a comment. What is a comment? A comment is a place that the programmer can make notes to themselves or to other programmers. It's a place where the human can write English and not have to worry about the machine reading it. In other words, you will not get syntax errors behind your comment statement. So how do you do that? Well, 2 forward slashes like that means it tells the compiler this is a comment. Don't read anything else. So the compiler will not read anything else I type. So now I'm going to type name, Dr. Harrell. You need to type your name, not my name. Use your name here because this is a note to say who created this program. And now I'm going to put 2 more forward slashes and I'm going to put program description. This is, I'm going to describe what this program does. And in this case, we're just going to talk about basic input and output. So that's my program description, basic IO. That's what I want this program to help with, okay? That's the problem it's solving. Then I'm going to do 2 more forward slashes and do the date. And let's see, today's date is August 24, 2020. But I don't know what date you're doing this program or watching this video, so you should put the correct date for you. Then I'm going to put some comments here. I'm going to say these forward slashes are called comments. Little notes there for you, okay? They are only used by the programmer and not the compiler. Visual, and I'm going to go down 2 more marks to tell it don't read this, compiler. Visual Studio does not care about them, nor does the compiler. Once it sees the forward slashes, it moves on to the next statement. Okay, that's getting too long here, so I'm going to put this line down here, and I'm going to put forward slashes in front of it. There. We're all good now. I've got my comments. Now there's another way to do what we call block comments. So I'm going to skip a little bit, and I'm going to do a forward slash and a star. See how it automatically put the ending statement? So forward slash star, then star back forward slash, that's the beginning and end. So I am supposed to type in between those two. So this is a block comment. And you can let's see, you can hit enter and create new lines without needing to put the forward slashes. See? So now I would put all that paragraph above. I could have used the forward slash star forward slash around it because it wraps around it. I can type as much as I want in this area. Let's go to a new line. All of it will be ignored by the compiler or Visual Studio. Okay, so now you know 2 ways to make comments that the computer will not read. You know the forward slashes, and that tells the compiler this is a comment. Don't read it, right? And then the forward slash star forward slash. Those are 2 ways. This does single lines, so you have to do it with each line. This allows you to create actual blocks where you don't have to put anything on the lines in between. It allows you to create a huge block of comments with this at the beginning and this at the end.